Yeah. So I think now our connection is perfectly, I think, clear. I think I can hear you clearly. Um, are you able to hear me clearly as well?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Okay. Fine. Finish. Mystery. So the today agenda is so we are going to discuss about the remaining devices which we are using inside the data centers. Number one, and then we are going to talk about this architecture. Okay. So we have two different types of architecture. One is physical, one is logical. Okay, physical in the sense of how when you are building the data centers, how it's physically we are planning for to design the things. So that's the one thing. And second thing is logical. So we know how to package, how to connection reach to your data center from outside the world. We can say anyone. So from someone is trying to access your application, okay, we know how to reach that request is reaching your data centers, okay, through ISP and all. Okay, but what is the logical? That means what is the logic behind that? So we are going to see that. This is the three things, two things we are going to see today. Okay, so let me recap. That's what we discussed that yesterday in the devices. So first one is router. Okay, so router, as you already said. So router is a device which is act like a intermediator between the two different networks. Okay, simple. Drawback of the device is that we have a limited number of ports. Number one. So coming to the layer two switches is a bridge between the routers and endpoint devices. Okay, since we don't have we cannot able to connect to the multiple machines with the same router, so we are using the switch L2 switches. So L3 switches is nothing but layer 3 switches. It's a combination of router as well as the switches. Okay. So we can do that whatever the configurations of the routers as well as the switches. Both can be done. So coming to that next generation firewalls, okay, we have I already told you that we have a different generation. Next generation is means we have a number of features, okay, incorporated with the NHGF. So IPS and IDS, same thing. So IPS and IDS for dedicated for packet filtering. Okay, it will use some digital signatures databases to analyze the packet. Okay. From that, if something is for bypassing the firewall, okay, and it will be detected in the IPS and IDS. Okay, so this is what we have discussed so far. Any doubts on that?
No, I think I clear.
Okay. So today we are going to see about this. Next topic is access point. Any idea about what is access point?
It's like an extension for a router.
Mm,
It extends the connectivity of Wi-Fi.
okay. Yeah, correct. I guess. So why? Okay. For example, let's say extension of connection. Okay, fine. So simple. Access point is a device. Okay, which is convert the wired signal into the wireless signal. Simple. So let me show you. Okay. So when we need the access point, for example, if we have a building, okay. So we have a server room. Okay, that's all. So inside the server room only, we are going to have a router. Okay, these routers will connect to the ISP. Is connected to ISP. Okay, we have four floors, like first floor, ground, first, second, and third. So every floors, so there is a some user is going to work. They are using a laptops. Okay, few of them is connected to the Ethernet cable. Okay, so that Ethernet cable will come with the, so this routers will go to the one main switch. Okay, from that main switch to it will go to the all the floor. Okay, every floors will have some dedicated switch. From the switch we will get the we will lay the cable to the every desk. Okay, through the Ethernet cable. So they are using that particular Ethernet cable for the wired connection. If someone wants to work on the Wi-Fi, okay, so for example, now currently everyone is using the Wi-Fi. If someone using the Wi-Fi, okay, the same thing we need to lay the cable, okay, to the access point. So from the access point, it will get the signal from wire, and then it will convert into the wireless signal. So we will get the Wi-Fi. So this is simple things. Okay.
Wait,
So
wait.
we don't have a
You're
much.
saying that the
Yeah.
even access points needs a wired connection from router to access point,
Without wire, yes, correct. So without wired, how it should work.
like
So
Wi-Fi
router to
extender,
wire.
like Wi-Fi extender. Wi-Fi extender does not need a.
Wi-Fi extender is different. See, Wi-Fi extender is something, it's getting the Wi-Fi signal and it boosts to some other distance. Like for example, one Wi-Fi is something like for example, it will cover 100 meters. Okay, so extender is something. It will, for example, in the last 100 meters, so you are placing the extender, then it will boost the signal to another 50 meters or something. So extender is different. Okay, extender is not access point. Maybe for example, if in your home you will have some Wi-Fi, right? So the routers. Okay, so the routers you need to have a cable, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Uh, Correct. So, for example, if you get the connection from AT&T or Verizon something, inside the routers you will see some cable. Okay, some yellow color or green color something. You can see the cable. So, in our home routers, it is a two devices. It is act like a router as well as an access point. Okay, it's a combination of both devices. But if you go to the enterprise company, okay, so router is different purpose, access point is different purpose. We cannot use different routers for the different flows. Okay, so there is some routers. It will get the connection. Okay, from the access point it will go to the Wi-Fi. So access point needs a wired connection. Okay, then how it will get the data? See, extender is different. Extender gets a Wi-Fi signal. Okay, then it will boost to the some distance. Okay, so access point, how it will get the data? The question is there, right?
Yes.
Okay, so as you said, okay, so why if you ask like so extender is getting the Wi-Fi signal and boost. Okay, so same like why doesn't that access point doesn't do that? Okay, see, router, normal router, okay, in our home routers, routers and access point is a combination of devices. But in the real time, router cannot give the Wi-Fi signal in the real-time routers. I'm saying this is Cisco, IBM, or whatever. So that router is not producing the Wi-Fi signal. That is only forward the traffic using the cables, physical connection only. So then how it will get how that access point will get the signal? So it will get like a wired signal. Okay, from the switch to we need to connect to the access point, and then access point will create as a Wi-Fi signal. If you go to some office, if you see some access point in above the floor, you see some cables.
Okay. So I understood the access point needs some cable. Now the definition that you said, network divide that allows wireless devices to connect to a wired network. Okay.
No, wired network to wireless.
Okay.
So access point is a device is converting the wired signal into the wireless signal. That's all.
Okay.
Okay, fine. So routers, switches, firewalls, access points, these are all the devices. Okay, so we will have some n number of devices. For example, we can have some 10 routers, few hundreds of switches, firewalls. multiple access points, everything is there. Okay, how to control that? Okay, for example, if you see some issue in the router, or if you face some issue in the switches or access points, how can you troubleshoot that? Okay, you need to, so that one way is you need to go by in person. Okay, you need to go to the every switch in person, and you need to restart and you need to troubleshoot. That's a one way. Okay, but it's not an optimistic way, right? So we cannot go to the every time to the every devices. Okay, access point Allah, we lay to the over the flow. So every time we need to go to that, we need to put the ladder and we need to troubleshoot. That's all the not a correct way. So we have some controllers in the sense of, so to control these all devices, same application. So controller should be the GUI application most of the time. So this is a GUI application which manage all our network devices. Manage in the sense of we can monitor, we can push the configurations, uh, create alerts. If something is goes down or something, we can create alert. And
Okay.
then we can.
Are you showing something on screen? I cannot see it.
Let me share again.
Yeah, yeah, I can see. Oh, okay. I thought you were typing something, or I thought you were drawing something. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. No, no, it's fine.
Okay. So Cisco DNA Center is a one of the application. Okay. So this is a Cisco proprietary application. Okay. So to manage our network, that means a Cisco devices. Okay. So again, I'm saying we can monitor, we can push the configuration, and we can create alerts. Okay. But the Cisco DNA Center, okay, since it's a Cisco proprietary, we may have different vendors. Okay. So since it's a Cisco's exam, so they are mentioning the Cisco DNA Center. But inside the market, we have a different application. Okay. So it's best to it's better than Cisco DNA Center. That number one is SolarWinds. You may heard of that. SolarWinds is one of the best of the market application. Okay, to manage this overall. Okay, we can manage the devices and all. SolarWinds is the first one. So other than that, we have multiple applications. NNMI, Extra Hop. So different application is there. So this is all the some application to control the devices. Okay. So WLC is also the controller, but what is the difference? Okay. So the Cisco DNA Center, okay, is only for the data devices. Data devices in the sense of routers, L2 switches, L3 switches, next generation firewalls, IPS and IDS. But wireless devices, access points, this all the multiple access points, and this all the things comes under the WLC. WLC in the sense of wireless LAN controllers. Okay. So wireless WLC is nothing but it's a controller to manage all wireless devices. Okay, it's like a open source in the sense of every company will have their own WLC. If you are using the Juniper access point, that means Aruba access points, have a Aruba WLC. If you have a Ruckus, then you will have that access points you are using inside your company. They will have their own WLC. So you can use that for the managing the. Last one is endpoint and servers. Endpoint is nothing but devices. Say our laptops, personal, that means PCs, printers, scanners, this all comes under the endpoint devices. So endpoint is nothing but user machines, user handling some machines, right? So that is the endpoint devices. Last one is servers. So what is the difference between the normal computer to server? Any idea?
Sir, your voice is still breaking a lot. and I'm having to listen only audio. I mean, I communicated yesterday as well. If we, while teaching, if you can show some, photos, this thing, or maybe if you can keep writing or drawing in the display, I'll get interest to listen the class. I'm just staring at the CCN exam topic screen and I'm just listening to the audio, so I'm not getting full concentration, is what I'm saying.
Okay, I got your point, but this is the topics which you see. For example, the devices we are handling here is just a what is what, that's all. Okay, so when we are step into the architectures or something like that, then
Okay.
we are definitely we can diagram and all. So
Okay.
if you want to see, router means this is a router. Normally we can say this is a router. This
Yeah,
is a
yeah,
switch.
yeah.
Correct. So uh, inside, so we are I'm just saying what is routers, that's all. It's just a definition. Okay, so definitions, I'm not sure what want to draw and all. So if you are going to the architecture, for example, this is a OSI layer, this is how the packet will flow, this is how that the data center setups is there, then that is we can draw something. So we can I can show you in the packet tracer.
Okay, okay.
So that's correct, correct. So simply I can say like see, if you getting bored in the sense of, I can simply say like it's a, everything is a one word. Server is nothing but
No,
endpoint is
no, I
nothing
mean
but
to
a
say,
end
even
devices.
if you're telling
Servers is
about,
nothing.
no, no, my point is, even if you're telling about, suppose, for example, router, then you can go to Paint and, click, you type router using your mouse so that I know, okay, now you're talking about this. You get my point. So, for example, if you're talking about router, and then you go to Paint and then you just write router, so that now my mind will focus, okay, now you're talking about routers. Something like that is what I'm saying. At least not even drawing, but I'll get to know, okay, what is being talked about, something like that. Because
I got your point.
yeah, 2-3 minutes focusing just on audio is very difficult.
Okay. Okay, so I quickly complete these two topics, then I will go for the architecture, then it should be fine.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, simple. The server is nothing but, okay, it's also the device. Okay, it's same like a endpoint devices, but server is nothing but it's a dedicated for application control. Okay, for example, in normal PC, uh, that's okay. Okay. So in normal PC, so we have something like a RAM, extra memories. Okay, this all comes under the GUI focused. Okay, for example, if you take a Windows, okay, since we are using the Windows, okay, for example, we can easily create a folder, easily create a just like a click and drop. So this all comes under the GUI performance, user interface. Okay, have you seen anywhere server,
uh,
Windows, Linux?
a server. Right now, where I'm currently working. We have one server in the room. It's like 8 TB server. It's a small hard drive, I would say, that is in the back. Um, it's storing the whole clinic's, what do you say, data. So it's a 8 TB storage unit. I don't know if it. Yeah, I think it is called a server as well. QNAP server. So it is of 8 TB hard drive, and the person says, sorry, it is 16 TB hard drive, and he says 8 TB is for storing all data, and 8 TB is just a mirror of that. So I think that is
Okay.
RAID Z1. I think RAID 1. I think. Yeah, I don't know
Okay.
if that is a server or
So
not. I think that can be a server, right?
uh, maybe that's maybe the storage device. So I'm not sure. When I see that, I can see that. So simple. Okay. When you're going for the server, so if you get any chance to work on the server, just see. Okay. The normal Windows machine. Okay. Windows, the server is also we have a Windows OS. Okay. Most of
Your
them it's
voice
the
is
same.
breaking.
But
I cannot understand you.
okay, we'll jump into the meet up itself. I'll share you the new Google Meet link.
Okay. Have you shared in chat the link?
No, I'm just creating it.
Okay, okay, thank you. Yeah, we have a QNAP server, QNAP.
Maybe that's a different service. For example, that is for only it's called as a bare metal servers.
No,
Bare metal
I
servers
cannot
in the sense
understand
of
you. It's all. I
that
cannot.
is only for
I cannot understand.
a purpose.
It's all broken your voice.
Share it in the chat. The bare metal servers in the sense of that is not for the application purpose. So that is for something their own purpose. For example, okay, we can say like uh, that's the only one thing can run at the same time. That's all. So if you take like a Windows or Linux server, that is completely different. Okay, so we can run our applications, we can develop our codings and all, etc., etc. So that is different. Bare metal servers is different. Maybe QNAP is like a bare metal server.
So bare metal server
Again,
means it is just used for only storing data, right?
that is a single purpose. It's not like a storing data, but it's a single purpose. I am running one server called EVNG server. Okay, so EVNG is a simulator application. So we are going to work on the Cisco Packet Tracer, right? So EVNG is a upgraded version. Okay,
Yeah. So see,
so
this is what we have in our clinic. I just sent you a message. If you click on the bottom right messages, I just sent you a message on the bottom right.
yeah, yeah,
This is our folders that we have: clinic, server, doc, server, public, scan, cat. So this just some
yeah.
what do you say, drives that the IT person who came, he made it. Yeah, just letting you know.
Okay. So that is the same thing. So again, I'm saying, so this EVNG, I can only run the EVNG. Other than that, if I want to run, that is also kind of Linux machine, but I cannot run my application into that. I cannot run I cannot browse that. So that is only the purpose is to run the simulator, okay, network simulator. That's all. So that is called a bare metal server. It's a single purpose server. That's all. So as you said, like this is also for the storage purpose. That's all.
Okay.
Okay, so coming to that, so that last topics. So server is nothing but okay, it's same like a system, but the definite that configuration or specification it should be high. Like so, we have a high CPU, high threads, high RAM, high storage. Everything will be high. Okay, so this is a simple thing. And the last one topic is PoE. Okay, PoE in the sense of power over Ethernet. Okay, let me, I already have shared the screen.
Yeah, for our clinic, we have this. It's a small clinic. They have these phones, and for these phones, how they get power is we have a switch PoE. So the IT person, he put a cable in that switch PoE, and um, he ran the cable to all the uh, PBX phones.
To the phones.
Yes, 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 for the phones, for the landline phones for communication. Um, so in clinic, they'll be having the landline phones to pick up calls and everything. So that is one arrangement that they had over there.
Landline phones, I'm not sure. Okay, I'll tell you the example what is POE and what is non POE. You can relate, okay, because I don't, if I want to, that means if I can just see the phone and all, I can see. So, first one is power over Ethernet means, okay, it will get the power through the cable itself. Means, uh, so if something the data want to transfer, the two things we needed. One is actual data we need, and second is energy. The energy in the sense of power, current. Okay. So power over Ethernet means that particular device will get the power through the same Ethernet cable. Okay. If I say like a non-PoE, okay, it will need a dedicated cable for power, dedicated cable for data. Okay, example, you can see the CCTV cameras. Okay, most of the time if it's something connected to the internet or network, okay, you can see the CCTV cameras. Okay, that doesn't have a dedicated power cable. Okay, only the Ethernet cable it's need. If you connect the Ethernet cable, it will get the power as well as it will forward the data. So that is an example for the PoE device. Okay, non-PoE means you can say like IP phones or our computer or our laptops, anything. So it need a dedicated cable for data, Ethernet cable, and it need a dedicated cable for power. Okay, the charging wire or something. So these are the difference. Okay,
Okay.
so
So one cable will,
non
they will get both internet and power.
correct. So if you take a CCTV cameras and so we have some other device in that servers, not as a servers, it's a storage devices, okay, and NAS devices. It will also get the same thing. So this is the devices we are going to use inside the data centers. Okay. We also have some other devices, okay, but it's for the security purpose, WAF, we have different firewalls. But overall, these are the devices.
Okay.
Okay. So have you any doubts
No.
in those devices?
No.
Okay. Okay. So simple now we are going to talk about this architecture. Okay, it's a
Okay.
logical
Just a question
architecture.
on the Cisco DNA center. The previous point that we discussed, you said um, in order to control all the devices, this is the main architecture. So is it a software or is it a physical
Yes.
device?
Yes, it's a GUI application, nothing as a software.
And what is
Okay.
WLC?
WLC is also the software. Okay.
And
Wireless LAN controller.
wireless LAN controller. Okay.
Okay.
And what is the difference between those two?
Okay, Cisco DNA Center is actually only for data devices. Data devices in the sense of it will include routers, switches, firewalls. Okay,
Okay.
we cannot able to manage the wireless devices into the Cisco DNA Center. Okay, so there is a dedicated controller for wireless devices that is called a WLC. Okay,
Okay.
how Cisco own its their own application. Every company's access points will have their own WLC. For example, if your company is going to procure Aruba access point, then Aruba will have a WLC. You need to use that. If your company is going to procure the Cisco access point, then you need to use a Cisco WLC. If
Okay.
your company you're going to use a Ruckus, that's having the own WLC.
Okay. So
So
depending on
WLC
the
is one
access point, the WLC will be taken.
correct.
Okay.
Okay. So now the important topic is OSI layer. Have you heard about this OSI layer anywhere?
Yeah, physical layer, data link layer, network layer, transport layer, session presentation, application.
Okay. So what is happening in the application layer? Any idea?
So not to know too much about what happens in each one. Um, Overall idea is, I think, uh, data starts coming from application layer, and then it keeps building up, and by the time it goes to physical layer, the entire data is ready, and from that it goes to different device,
Mm-hmm.
and again the same process happens. First, from application to physical layer, encapsulation happens. Then when it goes to the other device, some kind of decapsulation happens, and once it starts from physical layer to all the way to application layer, then data is visible, something like that.
Okay, it's just a overview. I will explain everything. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
First one is application layer. Okay. The data starts in the application layer. Okay. What is the application layer? Application layer is nothing but, okay, whatever you are seeing with your eyes, okay, inside the mobile or inside the laptop, that means a browser. Okay. So that's all comes under the application layer. Okay. It's a front page of the Facebook page, right? So we have a Facebook logo here, we have some quotes here, we have a login page, login, that means email box, password box, etc., etc. Once I click some, once I enter the login ID, I will come into the my profile page. That is also, so whatever you are seeing with your eye is, it's all comes under the application layer. Okay, it should be the web application, it should be the desktop application, it should be the mobile application, anything. Okay, so it's all comes under the application layer. What is the difference between desktop application and web application?
I think web application is through the browser, and
Okay,
desktop application is dedicated software.
correct. So for example, this paint is a dedicated application inside my laptop, so this is a desktop application, same like a browser, anything. So this all comes under the application layer. Okay, so now I open my login page. Okay, then what I need to enter, I will enter my username and I will enter my password. Okay, then I will click the login button. Okay, so once I click the login button, okay, what will happen, so this Facebook page will get my username and password and it will go to the Facebook server, and then it will check their database if it's a username and password correct or wrong. If it's correct, then it will let me in to the profile. So this is a process. But Facebook data center is in San Francisco, for example. I can say I am inside the Chennai. Okay, the process is happening. That transfer is there, right? So that is going through the internet. Okay, so in the internet, okay, so while traveling that the data, I need a security. Why I need a security? If someone in the mad in the middle attack, if for example, so they are trying to hack my data, then automatically they will see my username and password. So that is the reason I need something called a encryption. Have you heard of the word of encryption?
Yeah, making
What
it
is that?
making the data like secure by introducing some complexity to it.
Okay. So converting the plain text into the ciphertext format. So, for example, that message is so HAI. Hi is a message. Okay, I'm sending to you. Okay, so this is the actual message. So we discussed, or we previously discussed, like whatever the message I am going to share, I will add a plus one. That means instead of the A, I will use a B. So plus one.
Yes.
Okay. Uh, should I wait?
Yeah, yeah. You can continue.
Okay. So instead of A, I will say like a B. Instead of B, I will say like a C. So that's a plus one. So automatically, what will happen? This high message will convert into the HI AB. IJ. So this is a message I will share. Okay. Once you receive the message, you will do the -1 and then you will retrieve the actual message. So this is what the encryption and decryption happening. So this process is called encryption and the retrieving the message is called a decryption. So this encryption and decryption is happening in the next layer of the OSI, that is a presentation layer. So once the application is loading, you will enter your username and password. Okay, that need to be secure. So that encryption is happening in the presentation layer. Also, the visibility of the application. For example, I am developing the application with my 20-inch monitor. Okay, so something like everything is is there in the 20 inch or something. So the application should be in the 20-inch visible. So, but when you receive the application, your laptop or your phone is something like your phone is just a few inch of screen. Okay, so but it automatically change the screen to your mobile version, right? So this all handled by the presentation layer. And also you can say like if you attached some gif images or jpeg images, okay, but you don't have an application to run the jpeg things, but you have a jpg or other format png, then it will automatically convert the format to the png format. So it will ask for that open with png viewer. So if you click that, then automatically it will convert to the png. So this all handled in the presentation layer. So presentation layer is nothing but there is a two task. One is encryption and decryption. Then to present the application to how it should be viewed to you. Okay, so this is all handled in the presentation layer. Any doubts?
No. Can you just wait 2 minutes? Just a minute.
Sure.
भाई वालेकुम सलाम।
कहाँ है?
यहाँ घर पे ही हूँ, दूसरे कॉल पे था। बोलो जल्दी।
नहीं आया हूँ, इसको क्या दूँ मैं? क्या
वो ब्रैकेट्स रखे हुए हैं मेरे कार के जो लगते सो।
कहाँ रखे?
तुम्हारे रूम के बाजू जो शूज़ का खाना है ना,
हाँ।
वहाँ रखे हुए।
नहीं यहाँ पर कुछ भी नहीं दिख रहा।
डब्बा रहता है एक क्या बोलते सो, डब्बे में रखा हुआ है कार्टन।
क्या इसको पैसे वैसे कुछ लेना देना कुछ क्या है?
$16
देता हूँ हैं?
हाँ।
कहाँ पर? ये कौन से ब्रैकेट्स भाई?
एक देखो मैं भेजा ना, वैसी शेप का है, वहीं रखा हुआ रहता ब्रैकेट्स।
नहीं है वहाँ, यहाँ तो नहीं दिख रहा।
हटा दिए क्या भाई? वहाँ जहाँ शूज़ रहते वहीं रहता, कॉर्नर पे कहीं का रहता, उसमें है क्या बोलते सो।
शूज का क्लोजेट बोल रहे हो?
शूज़ का क्लोजेट, करेक्ट, जो तुम्हारे रूम के बाजू है।
एक मिनट वीडियो कॉल करो।
अच्छी बात है। बताइए। राइट साइड,
डब्बे ये है, इसमें किसमें बोल?
राइट साइड पर रहता, राइट साइड पे।
राइट साइड में ये डब्बे, इसमें कुछ भी नहीं है।
नहीं भैया, तुम बाहर आ गए भैया, अंदर तुम्हारे रूम के बाजू।
रूम के बाजू?
अच्छा वहीं से मैं समझा तुम बाहर आ गए गैराज में। सॉरी मैं समझा तुम गैराज में आ गए। राइट साइड पे,
जूते का डब्बा है कौन सा?
राइट साइड पे देखो। अरे मेरा जूते वहीं रखे मेरे जूते वहाँ पर। हाँ राइट साइड पे है, नहीं है रखा हुआ। इसके पीछे, इसके पीछे देखो, इसके पीछे रखा हुआ है क्या? नहीं है तो बाहर होगा, नहीं है तो बाहर होगा उस्ताद। ज़रा एक बार बाहर देखो।
कब आया वो? कुछ ऑर्डर करेगा?
मैं निकलने से पहले ऑर्डर करा था, लेकिन वो
डब्बा है?
देखो वही से।
ये बड़ा?
हाँ वही से।
खोल के दिखाऊं?
एक बार हाँ देख लो खोल के, वहीं से रहता।
इसको बात कब करे आओ बोल के?
मेरे को नहीं, खाली उन्हें बोला, मेरे को बोला भी नहीं, उन्हें आता बोल के पागल आ गया। देखो वही से क्या,
ये से ना डब्बा?
देखो एक बार, मेरे को आई थिंक वही है, एक बार खोल के देख लेना। उसको खोलो, बोलो, लिखा हुआ है होंडा सिविक बम्बो ब्रैकेट्स, ईबे का है।
मेगा पार्ट्स बोल के
वही से
चला
वही उसको खोलो बोलो देखता हूँ मैं उसको दो।
उसको भी खोलो बोलूँ मैं खोल के दूँ
तो फिर खोलो फिर कहीं को नहीं खोल एल शेप का रहता ब्रैकेट वही है ना।
नहीं यार इसमें और है
क्या है
ये
इसमें?
इसका है हमजा का मेरे ख्याल से
अरे बैगन। अच्छा उसकी गाड़ी तो चलेगी कहीं को मंगाया पागल।
किसी को कहीं पे रखो रखो बोले क्या
वहीं पर ही था उसको नहीं मिल रहा तो जाना दो। लाइट लो।
बोलो उसको ये है क्या
बताओ तुम्हारा सर दिख रहा।
ये है क्या
नहीं होता नहीं होता। लाइट ले लो उसको उसको बोल दो समन थ्रू इट अवे ब्रदर बोल के बोल दो उसको। मैं निकाल देता हूँ। ठीक है जरा मैं
उसको
जा रहा
बुलाया
हूँ
नहीं यूनाइटेड से आ गया
मैं
था
उसको बोला खाली बात ही कर रहा था मैं उसको बोला नहीं आओ बोल के।
brother
समन
I
थ्रू
don't
इट
have it
समन
someone
थ्रू
threw it away
कोई फेंक दिया बोलो।
no someone threw it away in the trash yeah I don't have it
ठीक है
उसको बुलाया तुमने
भाई मैं बोला ही खाली है बोला मैं आओ नको बोला।
yeah I don't have it man sorry Tom really yeah he's not here he left the guy you were talking to
उस्ताद मैं रख रहा हूँ ठीक है। या सॉरी आई गॉट अ कॉल।
No problem.
So I was able to follow to you till you were talking about encryption. You said encryption should happen, and it happens in application layer.
Uh, no, it's a presentation layer.
Okay.
Okay, application layer is just a so visibility of the screen. Okay, what is
Where
your
user interacts.
whatever that correct. So presentation layer is there two things. One is encryption and decryption. Encryption at the sender side and decryption at the receiver side. And then that means presenting your screen or presenting your application. For example, I can say so I am developing some application with my 20-inch monitor. Okay, so everything that I assign, for example, if I drop one button, okay, so that will like a 1-inch button. Like for example, in my screen, it's a 1 inch. But if you are running the same application in your mobile browser, it's automatically convert into the small button and small screen. Everything is converted as per your needs, right? So this all handled in the presentation layer. Okay, so how it's visible to everyone, how it should be presenting to someone. So this all handled in the presentation layer. This is the two tasks which is handling in the presentation layer. Get your point? So, sorry, get my point?
Yeah, encryption and decryption, and the second one is
Presenting the data.
yeah, presenting data. Okay, we talked about how it should auto adjust with regards to the interface that it is
Correct.
currently in. Okay.
Correct. So and also like I can say like so if I'm running if I'm sending you some images, okay, images in the JPG format, okay, but in your laptop there is there is a nothing there is a no application to run the JPG format. I'm example I'm saying, okay, but you have some application to PNG, okay, so it will ask you the open with PNG viewer. Okay, once you click that PNG, then it will automatically show you that images within the PNG format. So it will automatically convert, right? So this is also handled in the presentation layer. So for example, I'm saying, so for example, if you take Adobe Reader, so some other data, so Word, Excel, anything. If I'm using that Word 2016, but you are using the 2008 version, so automatically it will adjust to that. So this all comes under the presentation layer. Okay.
Okay.
So now, okay. So now I am open my application. That means a Facebook. Okay. I open my application Facebook. I'll enter username and password and then click enter. So username and password is right. Okay. So this Facebook let me in to the my profile account. Okay, then what will happen? Okay, there is a some session will open to my account. Session in the sense of small room. Okay, we can say like a cookies and all. Okay, it's like a temporary memory. Okay, so if something we are repeatedly surfing, so it's every time it will not go to the San Francisco data center and get the results. Okay, something is saved in the cookies memory, it will easily get that particular information and it will give to us. Okay, so this is called a session. Okay, if you are kept your account for silent, or if you go somewhere out while your profile is open, after 10 to 15 minutes what will happen?
And log out.
It will log out, correct? So the session will close. Okay, for the particular time. Okay, if it's a particular time is exits, the session will close. Automatically your account will log out. So maintaining the session information is handled by the session layer. Okay, so the session time is user, that means a developer deciding that. Okay, if something normal application, for example some ticket booking software or some social networking, then they will give some 15 minutes or something. If it's something critical application, net banking, something, they will have some 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Okay, so that is a developer options. A developer choose that. Okay, so this application, this presentation, and session layer, these three layers is incorporated with our browser. Okay, so we can able to see that. Okay, by using the specific separate applications and all, we can see the informations. Okay, application we can normally see. Presentation and session, as a session, we can see some. You can use some applications. We can see the informations. Okay, it's both, all the three, it's incorporated with our browser. Okay, so other four is not in our browser, it's out of our laptop, out of our system. Number one is
How
transport layer.
how can we see presentation layer? Because presentation layer is encryption, decryption, reducing sizes.
Okay, 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 so presentation layer, that's all. Okay, it's handle the two tasks. One is encryption and decryption, one is presenting the screen, that's all.
Okay.
Okay, now we have a transport layer. Okay, what is happening in the transport layer? If you want to go to your friend's home, okay, two things you need to know. One is your friend's address. Okay, and second one is how to reach the particular destination. Okay, you can go by walk, you can go by bike, you can go by car or anything. Okay, you need to choose their path. So yeah, are you going to like a short route, or you can go by main road or something like that. Okay, you need to choose your how to reach the destination. So the same thing happen in the transport layer. Okay, but inside the networking there is only two path. One is TCP, one is UDP. Okay, so TCP have some specifications and UDP have a different specification. Okay, you need to choose any one. Okay, how, who is
It's like two
choosing this?
roads, you're saying, right?
So, sorry.
It's like two roads.
Correct. So there is a two roads. Okay, so who is choosing the path? Based on the protocols we are going to use, it will choose the path. Okay, TCP or UDP, it will choose. Okay, in the next topic I will explain what is TCP and UDP, what is the difference and all, everything. So this is the transport layer. Okay, so the network layer is the address of the your friend's home. Okay, for example, this is my address, so that is called a network layer. It's a IP address. Okay, inside the IP address, there is again the two things is happening. Number one is mapping the address. Okay, second one is uh, how to say, like it will divide the data into the packets. Okay, for example, inside the application data, for example, I can say like if I enter the username and password, everything. Okay, it will convert into the multiple packets, for example 100 packets. So by converting the data into the IP packets, it's also taken care of by network layer. Okay, every packet will have a three things. Okay, one is let's say this is a one IP packet. Where it is, why it is showing here? Okay, So this is the IP packet. Okay, there is a three portion is there. One is header, IP header. In this IP header, it will have a source IP address, destination IP address. Then we have a payload. Payload is nothing but it's actual message. If you're sending username, password, it will convert into the multiple things. For example, ishwarmurthy@gmail.com. Okay, E is in one packet, S is in one packet, W is in one packet, A is in one packet. So everything, that actual message will be stored in the payload. Okay, and the third thing is tail. Inside the tail, there's a lot of information will be there. That version, the flags, different things is there. So these are the tail part. So every packet will have these three portions. One is IP header, payload, and the tail. Okay. So our data will convert into the multiple packets. That is also handled in the network layer. Okay. So once it will convert into the packets, it will push into the data link layer. What is happening in the data link layer? Okay. So in this network layer, okay, we have a multiple packets. It's all going to the air medium or this wired medium. Okay. So inside the air medium, we cannot say all the 100 packet will receive to the receiver at the same order. Okay. For example, ishwarmurthy@gmail.com it's converted into the 100 packets. Okay, packet 1, packet 2, packet 3, packet 4, up to 100. Okay, it will go to the medium. That means a Wi-Fi or internet or something. So we cannot be sure all the packet receive in the same order. E come first, S come second, W come third, and up to the gmail.com. Okay, maybe gmail.com receive first, Ishwar come to the next, Murthy is come to before that. So it will collapse. Okay, so while receiving that to the receiver, it need to be in the order. That's the important thing. So if I send some message to you, hi, how are you? Okay, but you are receiving everything is collapsed like A H I something like that. That is it's not correct, right? So we need to be in the same order. For that, this data link layer will add a one frame, okay, above the IP packets. Okay, it's a framing. Then it will add some sequence number. This is the first packet, this is second packet, this is third packet. That's the sequence number, we'll add that. And then it will add the MAC address of the devices. Okay, so it will add the sequence number and then it will add the MAC address. Okay, then this two tasks it's happening in the data link layer. Then it will push into the physical layer. In the physical layers, it's everything will convert into the ones and zeros. Why ones and zeros? Because computer will understand only binary language. Okay, ones and zeros only it will understand. Okay, so the physical layers will convert everything into the ones and zeros. Then it will send it through the cables and connectors. Okay, it will send like a cables, Ethernet cables or Wi-Fi or anything. It will send to the internet. So overall the internet, it will carry forward by using this binary ones and zeros. Once it's received on the receiver side, okay, receiver using some cable and receiving it, okay, first it will go to the physical layer, the reverse order. Okay, so in this physical layers, the ones and zeros, everything will convert into the actual data. That means the framing. Okay, then it will go to the data link layer. In the data link layer, it will wait for to receive all the messages. Okay, and then reorder based on the sequence number and just open the MAC address page. Okay, then it will push into the next layer of network layer. Inside the network layer, again it will open the packet. It will check the source IP address. That means the user, the sender's IP address. Destination is that means the destination IP address. Then it will forward the traffic to transport. Transport layer, okay, the data will come from the TCP. So I need to send the reply packet using the same TCP path. Okay. Then again, it will go to the session. In the server side also, we will have some session. Then it will go to the presentation, decryption happen, then application, the actual application data. Then the replay packet will be the same thing. Application to presentation, presentation to session, session to transport. It will keep on sending the data. Okay. So if you are trying to access, for example, let's show you. Okay, I am entering facebook.com, enter. Okay, in the next fraction of seconds, I can see the Facebook data. That means the Facebook login page. Okay, so actually that all the 7 layers of tasks is happening behind that. Then it will
Guys have any
forward the
questions, you
traffic
guys
to
can
the San
just comment on
Francisco
these
and
one.
it will get the information from the same thing.
Yes.
If I give mail ID, if I give the password, then I click the login button, again that all the 7 layers is working behind that. Okay, it will go to the internet, all the 7 layers is passing through, then it will go to the internet, then it will check the information, then it will return, it will, again that all the 7 layers is happening in the destination site, and then it will receive to me, and it will show the password you have entered is incorrect. So this is keep on happening between this sender to receiver. Every single click, it's happening. Okay, any doubts?
No.
Okay, so this is the one of the important in the sense of mandatory interview questions when you are looking for any freshers role. They will ask what is a OSI layers, or they ask dedicated some layer, like for example, what is happening in the network layer or what is happening in the data link layer. So what is the difference between the TCP and UDP? So this all comes under the interview questions.
Okay.
It's mandatory. It's not like a optional or it's not like important. It's a mandatory question. Most of the time it will ask. Okay. So this is a OSA layer. Okay. Tomorrow we are going to see about this. What is the difference between TCP and UDP? Okay. What is happening in the TCP and what is happening in the UDP? What is the difference and what is advantage and disadvantage? This and all. Then we'll go for the physical architectures. This is the tomorrow's talk.